So I'm back for another video, and today I'm going to be talking about depersonalization disorder. I was recently diagnosed with this disorder about a month ago, and I have had it for about 6 months, and it sucks, and I know that, and I'm just going to go ahead and open this video up with the definition that I have found online. I think this is like the Mayo Clinic. Yeah, the Mayo Clinic definition. So I'm going to go ahead and read that, and then I'll go into more of what I go through and stuff like that. Okay. Depersonalization disorder occurs when you persistently or repeatedly have a sense that things around you aren't real, or when you have the feeling that you're observing yourself from outside of your body. Feelings of depersonalization can be very disturbing and may feel like you're losing your grip on reality or living in a dream. Many people have passing experiences of depersonalization at some point in their lives, but when the feelings of depersonalization keep coming or never completely go away, it's considered a disorder. Depersonalization disorder is more common in people who've had traumatic experiences. This disorder can be severe and may interfere with relationships, work, and other daily activities. Treatment for depersonalization include medications and psychotherapy. Okay, first thing I'm going to say is I am in therapy, and, get down, cat. Sorry, she was standing in the way. Would you just go on, bye-bye. Sorry. I am in therapy right now. And we're just basically starting to touch base on what depersonalization disorder is and how I'm going to deal with it and get through it. I am in therapy, like I said, but it's helping, but it's not helping. Like, it's not taking away these feelings, but it does help to talk about it, and that's why I want to start making videos about my experiences of things in life, but the depersonalization is kind of what made me want to start making videos. My channel is not just based on depersonalization. It's going to be based on various topics, but I do want to talk about depersonalization disorder more than anything. A lot of people get this disorder from anxiety. And I had anxiety very bad before I got this, and I'm going to make another video about anxiety. But basically, you fucking bitch. This cat, man. I'm sorry. God, you see what you're doing? Now go away. Pissing me off. Fucked up my video, thank you. I'm sorry, you guys. A lot of people say that they get this from marijuana as well. Now, I know a lot of people are like, fuck no, that's bullshit. Okay, now just listen here. When I got really stoned, I kind of felt like I was a little bit depersonalized, but I never let it get to me because I thought that I was just high and I was tripping out. And sometimes I feel like that's how I feel, like I'm just having a really bad weed high that I just can't come off of. And I think people say that marijuana causes this because sometimes when people smoke too much weed, or sometimes when people smoke weed, they have a reaction to it. And sometimes, and a lot of times, it's anxiety. I used to get panic attacks when I would smoke weed, or I would get anxiety when I'd smoke weed. I know that sounds funny, but I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. I smoked weed for a good couple years, and I was a chronic user. But the anxiety was never so severe that I wanted to ever quit, because I didn't think it was the weed. I guess I just was retarded. I was high. I was like, whatever, okay, I'm anxious, so fucking what, But I guess I never connected until I got this, and I'm like, oh, I guess that's what it was. Like, I felt that way. I felt that way. But I also have had a lot of traumatic experiences as a child. I have gone through a lot as a child. So it's kind of hard to distinguish how I got this. I feel that I got this from anxiety. I don't really think, I had anxiety when I would smoke weed and stuff, but I think that it just happened recently, because when I got off drugs, I started getting really bad panic attacks, and I started getting really, a lot of anxiety at once and stuff, and now I have depersonalization disorder. So I kind of think it just stemmed from anxiety that I had gotten when I got clean. I want to go back to saying when I got clean about the drugs with depersonalization. I had used opiates for 3.5 years, and then prior to that I had smoked a lot of weed. My brain has been slowed down for so many years that I finally got sober, and my brain wasn't slowed down anymore. My brain was back to normal, and I started getting racing thoughts. I started getting obsessive thoughts. I started getting anxiety. My heart would race. I would go numb. Things like that. And, I just think a lot of it's because I feel like my brain is still healing from all the drugs I did. And I just need to give it time. And I think that's a lot of the reason, My reality was being high. And I'm not high anymore. So I have a different perception of reality. But it's still not the reality I should have, because I have depersonalization disorder. So, it doesn't feel right. I should feel good, but I don't. So I kind of feel like, when you have anxiety and panic attacks, all panic attacks are your brain and your body protecting itself from what it believes you're in harm, the fight or flight response. And when you go numb and your heart races, it's just your body's way of trying to protect you. Well, when you continuously have these panic attacks, they say depersonalization takes over, and it's just basically a protective mask, because when you have DP, your emotions go away, you are numb physically and emotionally, you're very slow to react to things. Like, you see how I talk, I'm kind of like, your reaction time is slower. Your memory is very, very fogged. Like, I will do something, say I do something today, and I'll look back on it a few hours later, and it will feel like I did it years ago. Just kind of vague stuff like that. And it is disturbing. Things feel fake. Things feel cartoony. I don't feel like I'm in my body. I feel like I kind of am like somebody else is behind the scenes of me. I'm observing myself from right here. Kind of like I stepped outside my body. I had an out-of-body experience when I was a baby, when I was a young girl, when I was a young child, and I was face to face with death, and I almost died. And I do remember coming up out of my body, and I'm going to make that a separate video. I need to get an article so I can have proof of what happened to me, because nobody's going to believe me unless I have the proof. But let's just keep this on depersonalization. I have let depersonalization ruin my life. I got to the point where I wouldn't leave my house for weeks and weeks on end. I would have a panic attack when I would go outside because I couldn't handle how fake everything looked. And then there for a good couple weeks I just stayed in bed, and I had to have somebody take care of my daughter because I couldn't face the world because I was terrified. It was like, what the fuck was that? All the time and stuff. I would always have panic attacks and anxiety because it was because of the depersonalization. I felt so weird and strange that I could not deal with it. And the more that I tried to get out of bed, and the more I tried to go outside, or I tried to be interactive with the world, the worse it got. So I was just like, fuck, I'm staying inside. I'm going to lock the doors. I would keep my house very, very dark, because I don't know about anybody else, but for me personally, the light bothers me fucking bad. I get it so much worse when I'm in the light. I think that's why when I go outside in the daytime, I get it real bad, because the light really triggers me to have it worse. So I kind of feel like I guess I just didn't want any of the light to be around me and stuff. And, I would have my friends come over and be like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Like, what can we do for you? You're probably just depressed. And I was like, no, like, listen, this is what I have. I was diagnosed with it. This is what's happening. And, I'm in intense therapy for it. They want me to get on medication for it. And when I make my anxiety video, I'm going to talk about my phobias with medication. It's fucking weird because I used to be a drug addict. I don't know why the hell I would have a phobia, but I talked about that earlier in this video. But I'll talk about that again. I'm sorry. I'm kind of like saying the same thing over and over again. Sorry. I feel confused a lot of the time. I feel angry a lot of the time. And I feel emotionless a lot of the time. I know that I kind of contradicted myself, but I'm angry that I have this because when I got off of drugs, I wanted my life to be good. I wanted my life to be better. And now that I have a depersonalization disorder, things are very difficult for me. I just can't get to, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to, better myself. I don't know how to get rid of this disorder. I'm trying so hard and I just can't get rid of it. It's so intense. It just sticks to me. I can't get it. It's like a fucking piece of gum on the bottom of your shoe. You can't get it all off. You're like, shit, man. But it takes a lot of mental strength to pull yourself out of it and to just keep going with your life. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm driving more. I'm getting out more. I'm trying to be more social. Keep going to my Celebrate Recovery groups and stuff like that. I'm trying to basically pretend like it's not even there. I know that that's not going to solve your problems, but for me, I think that depersonalization disorder is more of a thought disorder, and I feel like all these philosophical thoughts and all these racing thoughts and all these obsessive thoughts, they're thoughts, and they're going to produce a physical reaction. And there's only so much your brain and your body can take, and pretty soon it just has to regroup. And I feel like that's kind of what DP is. It's just trying to regroup. My advice to anybody going through this, and I guess I could kind of be my own advocate, don't let it ruin your life. Just do the same thing as you did before. Like I said, just kind of pretend like it's not there. Accept that you have it and try to move on. Because the more that you focus on it, the worse it's going to get. And the more, and I know how y'all get on the internet and search shit. Because people with DP, they get on the internet and they search, the symptoms. I know I did constantly for, weeks. I was just like, I was like, what the fuck's going on, But what I found is you really have to stick to all the positive things that come out of this. I know that doesn't sound like anything positive can come out of this, but I guess focus on the people that have overcome this and overcame this or whatever. I cannot fucking talk. This cat is distracting me. Focus on the people that have gotten over this, because when you focus on the people that have had it for 30 years, 40 years, you're going to get more anxiety and you're going to feel more hopeless. But if you try to focus on the people that have gotten over it and they can give you tips and different things to help you overcome it, you're going to be better off, And like I said, just do what you did before. Don't let it bring it down like it did me, because it did. It hit me like a ton of bricks, and I was scared shitless of everything. I didn't even want to get up to go to the damn bathroom because I was terrified. I didn't know what to do. And the only relief I could get from it was sleep. So I would just sleep all day. And my husband's like, what is wrong with you? I was like, fuck if I know. I don't know. I wish it'd go away, though. So you just got to be strong. And to me, I kind of am trying to think about this like I did addiction. You got to have willpower and strength. And you got to be positive and you got to be motivated. Because even though it's a disorder, I feel like it's not a mental disease, and it can be treated by simply just trying to change your life and, like I said, doing what you did before. The more that you focus on it, the worse it's going to get, the more anxiety you're going to get, and it's just an anxiety. It's all stemmed from anxiety. So, I'm trying to get through it, and if anybody has any tips out there, please help me, and I'll try to help you if I can. I'm going through it so bad right now, and I'm just trying to be strong. I am. It's fucking rough, but I'm trying, you know. That's all you can do is try. Shut up! Jesus. Some of the tips I have, some tips. Get a lot of sleep. Like, make sure you're getting at least 8 hours of sleep, because if you don't, you're going to feel like you're in a dreamlike state even more, because when you don't get enough sleep, you're kind of like your brain's shut off, but you're awake. You're going to want to get lots of sleep. Try to exercise if you can. I know that they say that doesn't make it go away, or eating healthy doesn't make it go away, but you need to get your endorphins going. You need to get your happy chemicals going in your brain, because that's going to reduce your anxiety, and that's going to help reduce your depersonalization as well. Caffeine. Cut the caffeine back as much as you can, because the last thing you want is a stimulant when you have anxiety, because that's just going to make you have more anxiety, and it's going to make things so much harder on you. Try to drink lots of water and stay away from sugary substances, because like I said, you don't want anything stimulating stimulating you. You know what I mean. Shut up, dirty. I don't know, I'm dirty, I guess, but yeah, just try to focus on the good and try not to focus on the bad. You know, positivity can bring you out of any bad situation. I personally believe that, and I know I'm very negative when it comes to this, but I'm trying to, through therapy, I'm finding out how strong of a person I really am, and I'm finding out that I can get through it, and I'm going to be okay, and it's starting to subside a little bit, but this video is getting a little too long. People ain't got time to hear my bullshit all day, so I'm going to cut it. I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate you if you watch this whole video, and if you have any tips, please help me out, and thank you for watching, and I will be making another video soon, most likely on anxiety. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.